Look at this, my friends. It has been relentless. Day after day after day. It just keeps piling up. I've had friends who come up and clean my car off. They've done it several times, but you just can't keep up with it. Can you see the picnic tables way over there? Let me see if I can zoom in. See that mound of snow on there? Just does not stop. All the twigs and the branches are coated just like powdered sugar, and it does look pretty. But at the end of our driveway there's a sharp right, and then the hill goes down really, really steep. So it's dangerous to drive when it's like this. I would love to see some blue sky, that's for sure. Let's go in and make some coffee. Guys, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and it just has continued to snow. I'm going to take you outside for a minute. Oh, you saw earlier the snowplow came through, and my car is buried. It's very quiet, very still. The snow just absorbs all the sound. But it's beautiful, but cold, you know. Snow, snow, snow. I like how it looks on those big evergreens, or pines, whatever you call them. Coats every little twig and branch. Well, let's go inside and I'll show you what I'm doing, okay? Well, here's my kitchen counter. I've got two things going here. And I'm wearing my old red sweater. I've got my heavy-duty double layer sweatpants on because it's so cold. What I'm doing is I'm making supper early, and I felt like eating something sweet. So in the midst of this jumble, what I'm making is I cooked off 1 cup of, it's called celentani pasta. I've got some frozen green beans in there. I will be adding a can of Fit and Active cream of mushroom soup, a little spoon of Better Than Bouillon chicken base, and a can of albacore tuna. I will not drain it. I want the juices. Then I'll put them in this dish and bake it off. I have a little topping I'm going to put with it. For dessert, I've got a sweet tooth today. I'll be making maybe 6 or 8 chocolate chip cookies. So I'll bring you along for the ride. Okay? What I've got here is about a half a teaspoon of butter. I use a coffee filter, and I'm just going to just kind of spread a little bit on the bottom and up the sides of this baking dish. Just butter it a little bit. Okay, I don't know if the light will pick it up. And in the pot here, I've got the celentani, the green beans, the tuna. Aren't those beautiful big chunks? That's at Aldi, albacore tuna. It's wonderful. And then that cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to combine it all. I don't know if I'll need any milk, but if I do, I'll put maybe a tablespoon or 2 in there. I'm also going to add just about a half a teaspoon of oyster sauce. I don't keep soy sauce in the house. Oyster sauce is my favorite. So here we go. Get that all combined nice. I'll be baking this off in a 350-degree oven, and I'll be doing my cookies at the same time, so I'll only have to have the oven on once today. Oh, the pot is heavy and the handle is slippery. I did add a little bit more of the soup. I had only added about a little bit over half of the can initially. And I added some more. Did not need to add any milk to it. Look at those beautiful chunks of tuna. That's amazing. Here, here, and here, and here. So now I'm going to prepare a little bit of a topping. There were some French fried onions in the pantry, and I used a lot of that. And there was a little smidgen of shredded cheddar cheese in the fridge. And I'm going to be baking this for 20 minutes with some foil on it, and then I'll take the foil off for 5 or 10 minutes just to let the cheese melt and the onions get nice and crunchy, okay? I'm just making a small batch of cookies. So what I've got in the bowl here are about 4 tablespoons of white flour, a half a cup of brown sugar. I don't know if you can see the darker color, that's a generous splash of vanilla, and 1 large egg. And I'm going to combine those. And then I will be adding some butter. I've just beat in half a stick of butter. And now I will be sifting in a cup of flour, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and just a little smidgen of salt. This is an old hand sifter of mine, or sieve I guess I should call it. I've had it for years. I just love the fine mesh on it. I'm very careful always to wash it and dry it right away so it doesn't get rusted. And one day I left it, you know how you sometimes put stuff in the oven to dry? Well, I forgot I had it in there. And the plastic all melted. And it's just a kind of a sorry sight, but I can't get rid of it. I think my sister gave it to me, or it might have even come down through our mother. So I keep it, and it has a nice, the bowl is nice and deep on it. And as I said, it's just lasted, and I'm kind of attached to it. Alright, so let me get this flour mixture all stirred together, and then I'll bring you back when I put the rest of the ingredients in, okay? So I added about a generous 1/3 cup of oats. There's about a half a cup of milk chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate chips, and some of those nuts that I shelled a couple of weeks ago. The last thing I want to add is just a little grating of orange zest. You don't have to do this, but I love orange and chocolate together. It just smells so wonderful. Boy, as soon as you do that, the oils, those fragrant oils are released in the orange zest. It's just fantastic. Alright, I'm going to blend this, mix this all together with the wooden spoon, and then I will scoop them out. I'm using my medium-sized scoop, so these will be fairly large cookies. I'll do 6 at a time, I think. See how much they spread. Here is the tuna noodle casserole out of the oven. I think it looks okay. I know it'll be good for dinner. I took out my first batch of cookies and they came out all right, and there are 6 more to go in. So that recipe made a good, generous 1 dozen of cookies. Okay guys, dinner is done. The cookies are done. I'm going to have them with some coffee. Let's just dish up a little bit of this for a taste, okay? Not too much. It's a little bit too early right now for dinner. But let me take a little taste. This tuna is amazing. I love tuna. Excuse me. I love tuna noodle casserole anyway. And even with the reduced fat cream of mushroom soup, this is still good. You can always use regular, or you could use cream of chicken or cream of celery. I like the onion on top. So that's what's for dinner on this snowy, snowy day, my friends. Let me know what you're up to tonight, okay? And I will see you soon.